and welcome back to the layout. I've got a little bit more progress to share with you, so we'll go through that now. In the last couple of weeks since the last video, I've wired the layout completely. I've fabricated some supports for the back scene, boxed the layout in, and more importantly, I've actually completed a lighting rig. So the layout as you see it, this is just the lighting for the layout. I haven't even actually got the lights on in the garage. So I'll go through what I've done to get us up to here. The first thing I achieved was the wiring, so you now join me under the layout. I hate wiring, I hate soldering, so this is my least favourite job, but it is now done. So I'm using terminal blocks with pre-joined strips, so I don't have to solder or cut all the little linker wires. I've cut a power lead extension for something like a CCTV camera, so that is my join across the baseboard for power. All the dropper wires are now in place, they're soldered to the rail, and that's the wires going down to the rolling thunder receiver, which I've just put up on a little shelf over here out of the way. So that sits quite happily there under the layout. Seems to work better when it's closer to the railhead for the loco to receive, and just held together with a G-clamp at the moment. Droppers have been soldered to the rail for each individual section of the track. I've had a switch fail before electrically, so I like to make sure everything is fed. So even that very short little bit of track there between the switches, there is a feed there just in case. Like I say, I have had a switch fail before. That was very frustrating to have an electrical section that was completely out that needed to be repaired. And also, while I'm here, if you can see the join across the board, what I've done here is, not that you can see because I've painted the rail now, is solder the rail to a panel pin that I've knocked down into the timber. I've also done the same here on the spur that I've made to represent the rest of the port. Soldered a pin to the side of the rail just to make sure it doesn't get knocked before I put a fascia on the layout, just to make sure that the rail stays put, not have to rely on the plastic ties. The other thing I've done is box in the layout with supply, so that will be supporting the back scene, and also you can see the lighting for the layout, which I will show you now. So what I am using for the layout lighting this time is cabinet lights. So these are LED 2-foot strip lights that are designed for under cabinet lighting in kitchens. What I've always used before are the strip LEDs on a roll, self-adhesive, and I've always found that you need more than one roll to do the layout, so you end up with 2 power supply cables and the like, whereas these actually have a joiner wire. So what you can do, there's a solid join in the middle, and these are just clipped to a piece of timber that I am supporting with lift out hinges. So there is a lift out hinge on the end of the layout, and when this has a fascia on it to block that in from the front of the layout, you won't notice, but this end of the layout, you can see with the 2 lights on, makes quite a difference. If I just turn them off, you can see. So this is just the garage lighting, and I am casting a shadow, which was one thing that really annoyed me in my earlier videos. So hopefully with the layout lighting on, I'm not going to cast a shadow, and it should hopefully make the videos a little bit better as well for you to watch. So the layout lights are powered from one end, one power supply going along, solid join which the lights are supplied with, link wire there, second set of lights joined there. So that is the layout, nicely illuminated. The self-adhesive strip lights that I used before, they were okay. If you look at my previous videos, Oxford Junction and Rio Charma, they were okay, but they're a little bit fiddly to install, and you end up with the two sets, so 2 cables, 2 power supplies and the like. So this hopefully should be a lot neater, a lot easier, only one plug. So yeah, I think that's gone well. So hopefully now going forward you might actually be able to see what I'm talking about on the layout. And finally, the track has been weathered using the Woodland Scenics Tidy Track Painter pens. Done several layouts with these now, quite like the results, never been disappointed. Steel rail for the side of the rail and weathered tie for the sleepers. Airbrush weathering, it's all one colour. You've got to mask all the switch blades for the points. I've always been quite happy with the paint pens, they do a nice job. I've only done this end of the layout. This track's going to be ballasted. The track at this end of the layout will be laid into some concrete for the wharf, so not weathered that. When I start to lay probably use some foam to lay the track in. If the rail does look really shiny, then I can just quickly go in with the paint pens, but obviously I won't do the ties, I'll just do the side of the rail. So hopefully next time there will be some scenery. So I need to sort something out for the back scene. I've got some building projects on at the moment. I'm kit bashing a terminal building, a pier terminal from Wolfers. I've got a few ideas for some businesses for the back of the layout and what I'm going to use at this end of the layout to block the scene in. But like I say, hopefully next time there will be some scenery to report on. So thank you very much for watching, do appreciate it. See you next time.